Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signore, and Johnny Depp just opened up sharing some horrific details about his relationship with Amber Heard. Now, we always knew this about Amber, but now we got to hear it from himself, and I gotta say, I believe it even more than I ever did. This testimony is harrowing, and I want to share with you his first time really detailing what happened in Australia, where Amber took out a tip of his finger. We got lots more to watch after this, so stay tuned.
I'm in this position again, and my hand is on the edge of the bar, like that, and leaning over, the fingers like that, and she threw the large bottle, and it made contact and shattered everywhere. I honestly didn't feel the pain at first at all. I felt no pain whatsoever. What I felt was, I felt heat. I felt heat, and I felt as if something were dripping down my hand, you know. And then I looked down and realized that the tip of my finger had been severed, and I was looking directly at my bones. Blood was just pouring out. And at that point, I think that I went into some sort of, I don't know what a nervous breakdown feels like, but that's probably the closest that I've ever been. Nothing made sense. And I knew in my mind and in my heart, this is not life. This is not life. No one should have to go through this. And as I said, this feeling of nervous, being in the middle of some sort of nervous breakdown, I started to write with my blood, in my own blood, on the walls. Little reminders from our past that essentially represented lies that she had told me and lies that I had caught her in.
That footage there of Amber is really telling. It really felt like she was about to break down and cry. I want to tell me in the comments down below. We've seen her emotional, not very emotional. This felt like she did not enjoy watching this out. Why would anyone want to hear this? Do you believe him? Do you believe his testimony here? I'm curious. Now, what led to this? I did clip together more of a explanation, according to Johnny, as to why she did this. It was about the post-prenup.
Ms. Heard was upset because, as I stated earlier, as it was too late for a prenup agreement, there was discussion of post-nup agreement. She said to the lawyer, the woman, Johnny can't, he must not, he doesn't know about this. He's never seen, he doesn't know that this is what this is. No way he would agree to this. The lawyer, the woman, had laughed at her and said, oh, he knows. Yes, he knows everything, which sent her into a tailspin. So by the time she arrived in Australia, that was sunk very deep into her psyche. What really surprised me was that she kept saying, I'm not even in your will. I'm not even in your will. I thought that was an odd thing to say, especially since I don't think anybody had had time to change wills or anything of that nature. And she could not let go of the fact that I was in on this post-nup agreement, and that I was trying to trick her into essentially getting nothing if something were to happen.
Now, all this is very telling because it's all right before events where Amber's claiming that Johnny was the monster. And Johnny talked in detail about the monster. We'll break that down and so much more tonight on our post show. But I wanted to share with you this one last thing from his opening where he really details some of the horrific things he's had to deal with Amber.
I was weak. I was a complete mess. I was an alcoholic. I was going to ruin everything. Your kids are not proud of you. They can't stand what you're doing to yourself. So at that point, I said to her, "Okay, listen."
Now, this was in response to him having a glass of champagne at a tribute to actor Christopher Lee, his friend. He had been sober. He hadn't been drinking. He never claimed to be an alcoholic, mind you. We're going to get back to that. But at one point during a photo op, Christopher Lee, who's no longer with us, handed him a glass. He took a few sips with the pose and told Amber afterwards that he did have a half a glass of champagne. And then she flipped and did this.
How about this? You want to support me not drinking? I've never asked you this before. How about you? How about you get sobriety and share this sobriety with me to support me and help me through this?
What did she say to that?
No. No. She said no. She said she didn't have a problem. I've never had a physical addiction to alcohol. I don't.
Really, really powerful words because he did this for her. He did this because she didn't like that he was drinking wine, but he's saying, I never had a problem with it. I did it for her, and she wouldn't do it for me. He detailed a lot of her drinking experience as well. But this is where it really hit me. This is where things get even worse.
Her in her frustration and in her rage and her anger, she would strike out. She would. It could begin with a slap. It could begin with a shove. It could begin with, throwing a TV remote at my head. It could be throwing a glass of wine in my face. It was a constant. There was a built-in list of my personal experiences, which I gave to Miss Heard. Those facts were used against me as weapons, especially when it came to my kids. Miss Heard would tell me what a bad father I was and that I had no idea how to parent, trying to spend as much time with my children as possible. That could send Miss Heard into a monumental tailspin, where I could hardly ever go and see my kids and spend time with my kids because she had to have me there at all times for her own needs.
Man, that's rough. That is rough. There was so much more throughout. He opened up a lot, and in fact, he's opening up again now. We will be covering the full recap tonight at our post show. I hope you're watching our post shows. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, and smash the like button. We're giving you post shows after every show, trying to recap the most important pieces of this trial so you can know who to believe, what to do. I want to hear your thoughts, though. Do you believe this testimony? We are going to hear Amber's side of things, but this is very imperative to hear Johnny's first, and then we'll compare it to Amber's, and you guys will be able to make up your own decisions if you're still on the fence. But I don't know why you are. I've heard the audio tapes. This sounds exactly like the woman I heard on the audio tapes, a woman who would use his own children against him to try and win the arguments. It's despicable. It infuriates me even more. It's so sad how this has gotten, and it so didn't need to be there, as Johnny has said multiple times. And the more and more I watch this trial, the more and more I applaud this man for having the guts to see this through, to put this out there, win or lose at this trial, getting all this out there, getting this evidence out there, forcing Miss Heard to hear it all and have to react to it. I'm looking so much to hearing her response to all this. It's gonna be insane. So we will be there with you. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, subscribe, leave the comment, and get this video out there so people know the truth.